Welcome. Welcome back to the DFS Vet Shop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at the DFS Jerusalem. And yo, we're here. We're finally here. We are finally here. It is week 1 of NFL. The season has started. As you can see, I'm here. I'm at home in the Giants Stadium here, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Is where I be. This is the end zone here, where the homie Odell will be doing most of his dancing and working here in this area. The season is gonna be lit. The season is going to be lit, and I am here for you. Uh, if you've been following the YouTube channel over the last year or two, you've seen the hard work. You've seen what we put into it, right? You've seen what we do, all right? And it's only my goal, man, to make you a better player. That's my goal, to make you a better player. You may be good. You probably are good. If you already fuck with me, that means you're good. I just want to make you better. I want you to be a better NFL player, better MLB. But NFL is our focus. We rocking, okay? So we've got a lot of games going off. We know the first game is jumping off on Thursday. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. Now, if you haven't been around NFL DFS, the one thing that we know is we rarely play cats on Thursday. Like I just really play people on Thursday. I don't care who they are, what team you play for on Thursday. I don't really like to play you offensive guys. Now I'll play defenses on Thursday, but I just don't love to play offenses on Thursday. And you're gonna have so many lineups crash and burn because they were so excited to play NFL DFS that they went out and they stacked the shit out of everybody in that game, and the lineups is gonna die. So remember, don't do that. Don't be a fool, okay? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is where we're gonna be jumping in, really breaking down the slate here on YouTube. Thursday and Saturday. Thursday and Saturday is where I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna leave here. I'm gonna go into the private Facebook group, and that's where we're gonna be building our lineups and really trying to get a leg up on the Sharks, man. Because I want you to understand what NFL is, what DFS is in general. I want you to understand it, man. And if you don't have any clue about the Vegas betting lines and the actual money lines and the totals and all that, if you don't have any clue about that, man, you need to get one and you need to get with us because that's we break those things down. We understand this shit is not no. This is not on Facebook. This is just for the YouTube fam. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is just for the YouTube fam. Thursday and Saturday is for everybody, the Facebook VIP. Okay? So, and I want you to understand what this is, man. Essentially, what you're trying to do is you're trying to grab as much people from the highest scoring team that you can find. And that's why the first thing we do in terms of NFL DFS, the very first thing we do is we take a look at the point totals. We want to examine those, see where we can get the most amount of points from, okay? Because, and you'll notice this as the season goes on, yo, Vegas is so right. They're like, if I had to pick a sport that Vegas is right about the most in terms of the scoring total, the over under, everything surrounding the actual players, but just not the active players, it would be NFL, bro. They are money on NFL. It is very hard to win, in terms of just picking with point spreads in NFL. Like it's very because the way you score is like so big. Like there's a 6-point score, and there's a 3-point way to score. It's not like 1 point at a time like other sports. You can score 1 point at a time. In football, you can score 6 runs at a time. So they've got it down to a science, and it's really, 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 really in their favor in terms of that. And that's why we really want you to learn the point totals and what it means. Okay. So what we're going to be using this season, man, we're going to try something new. As a matter of fact, here, follow me on Twitter, man. DFS Jerusalem. If you're not already following me, check me out. Follow me on Twitter. Always great stuff. A lot of cats in the community and around the industry. We all chop it up on my page. So please follow me on Twitter. And what we're going to be using this season is it's called RotoQL. Is what we're going to be using. I'm going to default this to season average projections, just because I can't give away their shit. This is a paid service. I can't give away their shit for free. I'm not going to do that. That's whack. But I do like the layout and the template and the way that they place the games because we can easily navigate through each game. We've got the lineups here that we can use. They don't mind if I use access to the point totals, which is public information, as well as the spreads. They don't mind that. But they've got an awesome optimization feature on here as well. I'm gonna leave a link to pick this up. To me, this would be the only thing you need. If you wanted something outside of what we do, this would be the only thing you need. If you had to have some optimization software, this is the only thing I would say that you need. Really, I don't. I mean, those high dollar, 100, 200, $500 like subscriptions with the crazy shit. You don't need all of that, man. You got us in the shop, and you get RotoQL. You're good. You're set. Now, this is gonna be my first time using it for NFL. I've used it for NBA and for MLB. Very pleased with it. I don't think it's gonna be any different in terms of NFL here. And no, they are not paying me for this. I wish they were. They're not paying me for this. I just like to keep it real, keep it honest, and keep it 300. So let's check it out. We've got a ton of games. The first one is Thursday. The rest are going to be on Sunday. And we've got 2 Monday night games on this day. Well, first we've got a Sunday night game, which is the Dallas Cowboys and my New York Giants. And then, of course, we've got the Monday night and the 2 Monday night games here in New Orleans, Minnesota, and San Diego, Denver. What I want you to first take a look at in terms of this with each specific game. All right, so first we pull this up. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Patriots here. This is a 47.5 implied point total between both teams. You're going to see a -8 here. So New England Patriots are the team that is heavily favored in the spot. And that makes all the sense because they are the defending champions. They got one of the better quarterbacks of all time in Tom Brady. Kansas City defense is not as great, or not what it used to be. It's not an awesome D. So you're going to see a fair amount of points here. I get it. It makes sense. But my issue is it's a Thursday night game. I don't love to play teams in Thursday night games. So if I would play anything here, it would be the Patriots defense is something that I'm going to take a look at. Okay? So, and I just want you to get a general overall feel. You look at Tom Brady, priced at 7.6, the most expensive quarterback option on the slate. For me, I don't want to pay up that much for quarterback. Quarterback for me is for me it depends on the stack. It depends on the stack, and I'm telling you, I'm stacking in every lineup. Every lineup is going to be a stack, and there's going to be a few different ways you can do that. You can, okay, let's go. I'll show you. Let's go to, because there's going to be a couple of different ways for me to stack. It's a few different ways, and I can guarantee you, it's going to be a thing. This season, it's going to be a thing. It always is. Like, okay, so this is my problem with Tom Brady. I want to stack Tom Brady with a wide receiver. Tom Brady is a guy that spreads the ball around. Now, we know we're not going to be seeing Julian Edelman for a while. He's been out for the season, actually. So we've got Hogan. We've got, go back to the Patriots wideouts. Edelman is out, so we've got Brandon Cooks. We've got Hogan. They got Philip Dorsett now. You got Gronkowski's going to be in. So he's got a ton of wide receivers, and he spreads the ball around a lot. Now, while he could score naked Tom Brady, and we call him naked Tom Brady because, well, the quarterback is naked if you have him and nobody else from the offense. That's called naked Tom Brady. If you're not stacking, if you're not using your quarterback in a stack, that's a naked Tom Brady. So if you want to play naked Tom Brady, I get it. It doesn't bother me. If you want to play naked Tom Brady, me, I ain't doing it. I'm stacking. I'm always stacking. That is the key. I taught you this during baseball. I showed you this during short slates in NBA. NFL, I am stacking because what you are trying to do, let's take a look. Let's just say that what they're saying is right. We're going to find the team that has the highest implied point total on the slate. And right now, it seems to be the Atlanta Falcons. You're going to see Atlanta Falcons right now have the highest implied team total on the slate, 29 points, right? So if you get Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, and Julio Jones, and Matt Ryan throws Julio a couple touchdowns, he throws one to Devontae, and Devontae rushes for one, that means you've won the slate with a stack. With a wide receiver quarterback, running back stack, you've won the slate. You have. A lot of times, the running back and the wide receiver are so expensive that you can't afford the top two. Well, in that case, you could go Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, and Taylor Gabriel for the cheap. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I am always going to be employing a stack in some way, shape, or form, bro. That is just the way I play. It makes the most sense. You look at, if you don't do it, look at the top of the leaderboards, man, for the first 6 weeks of the season, and I guarantee you, whoever you see at the top is going to have some kind of stack. It is too hard to just cherry pick guys that don't correlate with each other. It's too hard to just pick guys that have no correlation to each other. And you think about it, bro. A receiver is not going to catch a touchdown without who? His quarterback. So you would want to get that guy in there. Okay, so that's why stacking is so important in NFL. All right, because at the end of the day, essentially, what you want to do is you want exposure to whichever team has the highest implied run total, and you want exposure to the running back and the defense of whatever team has the lowest implied point total. I'm going to show you that as well. Let's take a look here. The lowest implied point total I see so far is going to be the New York Jets. Okay, so what this means, if this is correct, and the Jets are only going to score 17.8 points, that's what they're going to score. They're not going to score a lot of points. That means the Buffalo defense is in play, as well as whomever the Buffalo running back is. And at this point, you can see it's the homie, LaShawn McCoy, at 8.2. You know what I'm saying? That's the stack. You find whatever defense you think is going to get shut the fuck down. You grab the opposing running back and the defense from them, and you grab the highest flying, most prolific offense you can find. You grab quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, tight end, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, quarterback, running back, tight end, whatever you can do. Okay? So, and honestly, stack ownership plays a heavy role on slates like this as well. Stack ownership really does, because you can see the chalk. Football is the easiest place to see chalk, but the thing is, the chalk usually does hit a lot more frequently in NFL. It does. It just does. Like, you look at Green Bay with a 26.3 implied point total. People are not going to want to play Green Bay in the spot. They're not, because Seattle Seahawks have a reputation around the league as, oh, this is a team that's not going to allow points, blah, blah, blah. But no, bro, the first game of the season, man, everybody's not clicking on all cylinders. Green Bay will eclipse that point total. This game is gonna score. This game is gonna score. They're gonna score 26 points. They are, and Aaron Rodgers is gonna be a decent play. It's gonna be a decent play. He is. He just is. You know what I mean? People are not gonna want to play him there. So they should be chalked, but they're not gonna be chalked. Then you got Indianapolis and the Los Angeles Rams. This is one that people are going to go contrarian with a lot. They really are, because you got Andrew Luck, who's probably not playing. That's going to leave a major hole in the Indiana offense. You can see that Indiana is a favorite in this spot. What guess what people are going to do? They're going to play. They're going to go oppo. They're going to play the Rams defense against the Colts with no Andrew Luck, and to top that off, they're going to play Todd Gurley because he's only 6K. So you're going to see a lot of Rams Gurley stacks. You're going to see a lot of Pittsburgh stacks, because you can do that on this slate. You can stack Pittsburgh. I'm talking Lev. I'm talking Lev, cheap Pittsburgh wide receiver, and Ben Roethlisberger with a Rams Gurley stack, and still fill out the rest of your roster with other guys that are really good spots. Or you could go, Antonio Big Ben. And you're going to see a lot of that, bro. You're going to see a lot of that. Another team we talk about is the Carolina Panthers. Their defense against the San Francisco 49ers. You're going to see the Panthers defense get a lot of run too, and they should. The problem is, well, not the problem, but what you're going to see a lot is you're going to see people shade the coverage more off of Jonathan Stewart at 5K, but I think it'd be a mistake, and they're going to want to play the young rookie guy for his pass catching acumen. They're gonna want to play him, the McCaffrey kid. So yeah. Luck is out. Andrew Luck is out. So the Rams are going to be in play specifically. So we're gonna roll through, man. Do a little quick game by game. First game we're gonna talk about in terms of point totals is gonna be the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. 42.5 is the point total here. Now the one guy that does kind of scare me in this Jets matchup is going to be Matt Forte, because you put him and Bilal Powell together, both guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield. But Bilal Powell is going to be a little bit more of a hammer roll in this spot. They're going to pound the ball against the Buffalo Bills. They have no choice. They've got Josh McCown at quarterback. They've got nobody receiving the ball. Guys like Quincy Enunwa, Robbie Anderson, Jermaine Kearse, not good at all. Really not good. So you're going to see a tremendous attempt at rushing the ball for the Jets. That could be a problem for the Buffalo Bills. Not a great team stopping the run, but decent nonetheless. Now, this is sort of a matchup that, I do like for LaShawn McCoy. Tyrod Taylor is not going to be a guy that I'm going to play. A lot of people are going to be on him. I don't really like him too much. I think LaShawn McCoy, excellent value here at 8.2. I think that's going to help guys that can't get all the way up to Lev. If you can't get all up to Lev, LaShawn McCoy is going to be a solid spot for you. I like him. Jordan Matthews, not a guy that I like at 4.4, even though he's very cheap, but he is questionable here. Anquan Bolden has already retired. You have to worry about that. So for me, I wouldn't stack Buffalo. I looked at Buffalo until they traded the homie. Yeah, I love Shady week 1. Yeah, once they traded the homie from Clemson, I didn't. Sammy Watkins, I was like, nah, I can't stack him. I just can't stack him. But LaShawn McCoy, definitely a guy that I like. He's definitely a guy that I like. The basement battle. Neither team seems to want to win the game this year. Exactly. Yeah. They both tanking. The next game is the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Cubs. Yo, this is a 51-point total, bro, and I love that. And there was a time last year. You look at the Bears here. This is DraftKings. Yeah. Yo, you see how cheap defenses have gotten? The Bears defense is 2.2. That's nice. That's nice. And you see, well, not for the Bears, I don't like them, but you see how like you got cats like Jordan Howard, which is a very solid matchup against the Atlanta defense. It's horrible against the run. You see the Chicago Bears are actually good against the run, and you got Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman here. So I would look more toward the air game in the spot. Guys like, I love Matt Ryan. I think Taylor Gabriel is also going to be in play. You look at Julio Jones. Of course, Julio Jones is always going to be Julio Jones. He's a guy that we can play. Did I see Chicago Cubs? I'm sorry. It's still baseball season, baby. Still baseball. Still baseball. Cubs, Bears. Cubs, same thing. Same thing. So Jordan Howard, 29. I kind of like him in the spot. The 29 DVP, 6.3 is going to be the salary here. Jeremy Langford at 3.9. Chicago always shuts down number 1 receivers. That's coming from the homie Kush Mush. So again, the 51-point total, this is a game that you want to have something invested in. You do. And I would say go toward the Atlanta side. They are the favorite. They are the better overall offense. That's where I would be concentrating some of my energy. Next game we got is the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. We got Andy Dalton at QB at 5.7. Joe Flacco, 5.5. Flacco is out, not going to be playing. That's going to put the Cincinnati defense in play for me. Bengals 3.1. They have a very solid front four. Very solid between the tackles in terms of the, very solid between the defensive ends, the bookends. Very solid there. I can definitely see them shut down cats like Danny Woodhead and Terrence West. I'm good. I like Cincinnati defense in the spot. Plus they've got cats that can really run the ball. Giovanni Bernard, Jeremy Hill. They drafted a young cat that can run as well. I'm good. So I definitely think I can get behind the Cincinnati Bengals here, and they are a favorite, a -2.5 favorite, 42.5 total. That's a little high to invest in defense, but still, I could get behind it. I like Cincinnati defense here. Baltimore, like I said, without Joe Flacco, I have literally no interest in anybody from the Baltimore. Joe Mixon, that's right. Yeah, Joe Mixon. Yeah, I have no interest in the Baltimore Ravens here. The next game is the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's baseball season. Sorry, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. And now this one, 47-point total here. Okay, and this is the one that everybody's gonna want to have some exposure to, man. I can guarantee you, man. It's a 47-point total. The Cleveland Browns, man, have been synonymous with crap over the last like million years. And the Browns D at 2K will tell you what you can expect from them, man. They suck. And I can guarantee you one of the highest owned stacks on the slate is definitely going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers here. And they're going to do it a few different ways, man. With Roethlisberger, Bell, Antonio Brown, Eli Rogers is going to be in play here. Not Darius Green, Hunter, Jesse James is the guy that I like. Jesse James is a tight end that I actually like here. And they did just sign Vance McDonald as well. And that dude is fast as fuck. That dude is fast as fuck. Vance McDonald is fast as fuck. He really is. On the Brown side, it says Robert Griffin, but that's not true. DeShone Kizer is going to be. No, yeah, this is wrong. Deshaun Kaiser is going to be quarterback in here. Now, Isaiah Crowell, 28th ranked DVP. Pittsburgh, you can run against them. He's a guy that I kind of, think you can get behind. The fact that Pittsburgh scores so quickly, you're gonna see Cleveland have a lot of touches. So that's why I'm not gonna love to play the Pittsburgh Steelers as a defense. Because they're gonna give the ball back to Cleveland so many times, they score quickly on offense, and because they pass the ball through the air a lot, and also they got a home run hitter, major home run hitter, in Lev Bell. So guys like Duke Johnson, I think that's going to need to get involved into the pass game. And plus, those are going to be very safe plays for Deshaun Kaiser, kind of dumping it out in the flat, getting the ball, throwing the shorter routes, the shorter, more safe routes of what you're going to see him throw. And I think, guys like guys like Duke Johnson, and also Gary Barnidge are guys that I think can really benefit from that style of play. The next game is the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Tigers. We got Detroit Lions. We got Carson Palmer, 31 ranked DVP, man, worst team in the league against the pass. David Johnson at 9.4K, like extremely high owned, extremely high owned. I think everybody's gonna be on David Johnson, and I don't have to. I don't have to get there. I don't think I gotta get there. I really don't. I think this could be like a big offensive struggle. You see 48.5 as a total. So that's kind of something that I feel like you can invest in from an offensive standpoint. You look at Larry Fitzgerald is getting up in age. He's 5.9. J.J. Nelson, 3.7. A guy that I do like, actually, I like John Brown here at 4.8. He's a guy that I am going to have consideration with playing. I kind of like him there. So if I was to play, if I was to stack Arizona, I would go Palmer, David Johnson, and maybe some John Brown here. On the other side, you got Matt Stafford just signed that big deal. They got Theo Riddick, Amir Abdullah. Is this finally a season where we could see Amir Abdullah step up to the plate? One of my favorite receiving prospects on this side of the game is Marvin Jones Jr. I love Marvin Jones. I love Marvin Jones here. I think people are going to look toward Golden Tate if they look for a receiver in the spot, but I love Marvin Jones. I think Theo Riddick is in play as well as Matt Stafford. I could stack a Detroit Lions stack in this spot. I think I can. At 48.5 point total, I kind of like that. The next game is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. We got a 40-point total here, fairly low. You got Houston says Tom Savage is going to be starting. Blake Bortles says he's going to be starting, but we still don't know. That could change because Blake Bortles has really not impressed the coaching staff in the offseason. And TJ Yeldon, of course, we know he's not going to be the starter here. You got Fournette, who's going to be starting the spot now. Automatically, the guy that I'm looking at the most here is going to be Lamar Miller, and pairing him with the Texans defense, they're priced up at 3.8, but I think that they can really get after the Jacksonville Jaguars here. And I have very little interest in the Jacksonville Jaguars as a whole, man. Very little. I've got very little interest in the Jacksonville Jaguars as a whole. I'm going to be looking toward, and I kind of want to see, if, because Deshaun Watson is probably not starting week one. He's probably not starting week one. And that's going to curb my enthusiasm in terms of DeAndre Hopkins, who I think is going to be a solid play throughout this year, much better than last year, I think, with Will Fuller going down and not being able to play. So I'm going to take the wait-and-see approach when it comes to DeAndre Hopkins. But Lamar Miller and the Texans defense are definitely key components to my roster builds this week one. I like them. Next game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Miami Dolphins. This is a 47-point total here. We got Jameis Winston 6.6, Ryan Tannehill 5K, who is out. So we know we're not seeing Tannehill, man. We got Cutler. Cutler sucks. Yeah, Cutler sucks. And hopefully they just give the ball to J.J. a lot. But I can tell you a very underrated offense week one that I kind of like. I do. I like Tampa Bay. I love the Jameis Winston, Mike Evans pairing. I love that. Even Jameis Winston, Deshaun Jackson. I love that. Hella strong arm. Deshaun Jackson, if he gets past the the second level, bro. He is gonzo. And I wouldn't look to stack like quarterback, running back, wide receiver. I really wouldn't look to that. 47-point total, 23.5 over on this side. I don't have to play running back in this spot. I can go Winston, Brake, and either Jackson or Evans and be fine there. Deshaun Jackson, pour him on me, baby. That's coming from the homie Kirk Nickerson. On the other side, like I said, don't really know what to expect with Jay Cutler, man. Is he going to want to play? Is he going to try? Take the wait-and-see approach here. I think Jay Ajayi, solid play at 6.5, even though they have been pretty stout against the run in recent years, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that is. Guys that he was developing a rapport with Devontae Parker, and he's only priced at 5.3, so that's a guy that you may be able to get behind. Yeah, there's no Doug Martin, for Tampa. Doug Martin is out. I think he's going to be out like for the first few games. He's going to be out for the first few games. Next game is the Oakland Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. We got Derek Carr priced at 6.7. Yo, I think Derek Carr is going to be somebody who a lot of people play. I really do. And it makes sense, though, because, you look at, if you have Marshawn Lynch as a starter, and then you got Crabtree, you got Amari Cooper. This looks to be one of the more potent, high-octane offenses. I get it. It makes sense. The one thing that I want you to recognize is that DeMarco Murray is a very pounding, bruising running back. 7.4 is the price on him. They got him as well as Derrick Henry. The Titans defense at 2.6. This is a very contrarian play, man. And you see it's a 51.5 point total. So you're going to want to get some exposure. And I'm going to tell you something else about stacking. Let's just say that this happens the way it's supposed to. And the Oakland Raiders score a lot, okay? Yeah, there's going to be a ton of Carr Cooper stacks. All right, let's check it out. Let's say Derek Carr hooks up with Amari Cooper a lot. And they have a nice lead on Tennessee. Well, I think being behind quickly, we're going to see, passing on the other side as well. Because if Derek Carr hooks up with Amari Cooper a lot and they score points, we're going to see the same attempt come from the Tennessee Titans here. So if you're going to be stacking any team, if you're going to be stacking the Raiders with, quarterback, wide receiver, take a passing option, a pass catching option from the other team as well to complete your stack. You see what I'm saying? Because if this 51.5 total gets met, both of these teams score 25.8 points apiece, then you want to get not just exposure to your side, the side that you like, the Derek Carr and Amari Cooper, but you might want to grab some Eric Decker or Rashad Matthews here in the spot as well. Delaney Walker, of course, at 4.3. You know what I'm saying? Tennessee and the Raiders are going to be high scoring, coming from Dub Nation News, just Dub Nation Sports News, and I can dig that. 51.5 point total here. So get some exposure to both sides. You don't have to be limited to one area. You don't have to. This is not like like baseball where you can't pick a hitter from the other team because it's gonna hurt your pitcher. Nah, you ain't playing the Raiders defense. You ain't playing the Titans defense. You can stack the shit out of this, man. You can. All right, next game you got is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Carson Wentz 5.3. You've got Kirk Cousins at 6.4. Yo, Cousins is very interesting here now. So 47.5 point total. Cousins is going to be very interesting to me. The problem is I don't really see a running back to pair him with. I love Terrell Pryor at 6.1. I think that could be usable. You look at Jamison Crowder. Had a really good breakout season last year, 5.6K. If Jordan Reed does play, of course, he's going to be probably one of the best tight end options on the slate. So I think Kirk Cousins is in play because of the breadth of how many solid options that he does have to pass to. Carson Wentz. LeGarrette Blount completely does not fit in with this offense. They do not have a running back, in my opinion, right now. Ryan Matthews, no. LeGarrette Blount just does not fit in with this offense. He just doesn't. Taking a look at what they've been doing in terms of preseason and then moving on into training camp, this dude looks lost out there. Like he doesn't know the playbook. I can't get with him. I can't. And I think that throws this whole thing off. I think Washington pummels Philadelphia week 1. I think that's what I believe. Next game we got is the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams, 47 point total here. Jared Goff, man, 4.8, very, very cheap against a team that is shitty against defense. Jared Goff could be a very cheap play, a solid play that gets you to pay up for another spots, man. Take a look at him. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Todd Gurley is really going to help him out. 6K, very cheap price on him. I'm not saying stack, stack LA. I'm not saying stack LA, right? I'm not saying stack the LA Rams, but yo, Goff could get you there. Word against the Colts, Goff could get you there. He could. I do like Gurley here. I think he'd be one of the higher owned RB2s or flex options at running back. And something I want you to pay attention to as well is, yo, passing is all about timing. NFL passing, completions, touchdowns, all that shit. It's about timing. And this early in the season, we are not gonna see Dave Russell. Oh no, this is just on YouTube. This is just for the YouTube fam. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, YouTube. Thursday and Saturday, VIP sweatshop only. VIP Facebook sweatshop only. All right, so and I want to make this clear too, okay? Because I was about to make a bomb ass point. I was about to make a bomb ass point. I forgot I was about to make a bomb ass point. Okay, good. Because you got Sammy Watkins got traded over here, right? So you got Goff, Gurley, Watkins. I kind of like that against the Colts. I kind of do. The Colts suck. It's 47 point total. The Rams projected score 22. That's 3 touchdowns roughly. Indianapolis, don't like them. I just don't like Indianapolis. I think I like the Rams, but I think the Rams could break the slate. I really do. I think the Rams could break the slate. I'm gonna have some exposure. I think the Rams could definitely break the slate. Next game we got is the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. 49 point total here. The Green Bay Packers are a 3.5 point favorite. Russell Wilson 6.9. Aaron Rodgers 7K. I don't see these guys, either one of these quarterbacks, being very highly owned, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because people are very afraid to play, offensive players, period, against Seattle. They just are. And then you look at Russell Wilson at 6.9. I mean, you're gonna look at that and be like, man, shit, I might as well go ahead and pay up for Cam or for Brady or for Roethlisberger. That's too close to the top. Russell Wilson is priced too close to the top, and I actually kind of like him here in this spot. I kind of like Russell Wilson. I think that Doug Baldwin can be a very solid play. And back to the point that I was making. Okay. Your flex spot on DraftKings. I would suggest for the first couple of weeks to get a running back in your flex. Just for the first couple of weeks, I would suggest to get a running back in your flex. I think you're gonna see higher scores from 3 running back lineups than 5 wide receiver lineups. I don't think you want to go 5 wide just yet. Okay, I don't think you want to go 5 wide just yet. We wait for just a couple of weeks until the receivers and the quarterbacks get their timings down, and then we go 5 wide. The first couple of weeks, I'm gonna have as many running backs as I can, as many starting load carrying running backs that I can. I'm gonna have as many of those as I can in the lineup, because honestly, wide receiver points come from weird places early in the season. They don't always come from Julio Jones, because Julio was dragging ass during training camp because he's Julio Jones, or Odell was like, whatever, I'll be there when I get there, and the guy behind him was working harder than he was. So Sterling Shepard has a better rapport right now with Eli Manning than Odell does, theoretically. I mean, that's how it happens. So I would look to grab cheaper slot guys at receiver, pay up for that running back, and grab the quarterback that can put it all together. You see what I'm saying? And that's why, and I hate to be a homer because you see Giant Stadium behind me. That's why I kind of like the Giants. I kind of like the Giants week 1. I kind of do a giant stack because you've got You know, you got Eli Manning, who can definitely get you 20 points. You've got a really unproven running back prospect in Paul Perkins, who against the Dallas Cowboys, who are really bad against the run, that could be an option. And then of course, you know, I can pay down. I can pay down to Sterling Shepard or even the young man at tight end. I can grab him. Evan Ingram. I don't have to pay up for ODB, and I probably won't. Week 1, I probably won't pay up for Odell Beckham, and he might not even play. So he might not even play. So that's just something that to think about going forward. You wanna get your running backs in order. Get your running back. The first couple of weeks of the season, man, the timing is not there to just run out 5 wide in all your lineups. Get you some three RB lines. Definitely get you some 3 RB lines. Next game we got is going to be the Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, man, I'm going to be loving some Panthers offense here. The 49ers suck. They're just bad. Carlos Hyde, 4.6, probably one of the only bright spots, but he's not even that great. You got Cam Newton. I don't think people's going to be that high on Newton, but I love him here. 7.1. I think he can come out and make a real statement, and I think he wants to. I think he wants to make a real big statement. The problem is I don't love Jonathan Stewart as much as I did last year. He's a year older, and plus they've got another guy in the young man McCaffrey that can actually share some running back reps with him. Kelvin Benjamin went ham, I think, week 1 last year. That could happen again. You got Greg Olsen, 6.2. So I can play Cam in a Carolina Panthers stack and not even have to play a running back. I can go Cam, Olsen, Benjamin, and just fall back. Because this dude has 400-yard capability. He really does. Cam Newton. He does. So on the other side, like I said, I have little to no interest in the 49ers. It is a 48.5 point total, and the Panthers are slated to score 27.3, and they are a 6-point favorite here. Next game, the Sunday night game, my New York Football Giants, and of course the Dallas Cowboys. What I love about this is the fact that Eli Manning is priced at 5.6. I love that. I love that. And I think the goal is 2.5x in terms of your DK salary. DraftKings gives us, I think DraftKings give us like 50,000 points. And if you get 2.5x, you should be good. You score 125 points in NFL, you should be good. You should cash. That should be good for cash games. Do I think Eli Manning could give me 2.5x? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. 2.5 to 3x. That's what you want. Okay? So I like Eli Manning. We don't have Rashad Jennings. Get that out of your head. Shane Vereen, not very good. Odell Beckham is questionable. Might not even play. I do like Sterling Shepard here. Tavares King, Jarrell Adams, probably, and Edison. Those guys are not going to be starting. The homie is starting. Evan Ingram is starting. I like him. On the other side, we may see Zeke. If we see Zeke, that's going to change things up a bit. I probably still won't play him because I look at the Giants as one of the better rushing defenses in the league. Not saying they're going to shut Zeke down, but at 8.1, I don't think he's going to go ham. Okay? I don't think he's going to go ham. I don't think he's going to be 2.5. I don't think he's going to be 20-some odd points. I don't think so. But if you got now the guy behind him, it's probably going to be Alfred Morris. And Alfred Morris is priced down a little bit. That could be a guy that you could use as a cheap. Gunn says Eli's going to throw 10 TDs. Let's get it, E. Let's get it, E. So Dak Prescott 6.3. I kind of don't want to attack the Giants defense, man. I don't want to attack the Giants secondary. And I like the fact that they're only priced at 2.6 in this spot because they could be very good. They could be very good. I'm talking Snacks came back. We got Olivier Vernon on one side, JPP on the other. One of the better secondaries in the league, the best in the division. I kind of want to play the Giants defense. I kind of do. If they had a running back that I could really trust to like drag drives out and keep a fresh defense on the field, I would definitely play them. But our running game kind of sucks, so that's going to take me off of them slightly in terms of the Giants defense. The next game, Darren McFadden. Yeah, McFadden or Alfred Morris are probably going to see a lot of it. Next game we got is the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. This one means something, okay? Because this is a revenge joint. This is somewhat of a revenge joint. If you don't think that AP is going to get the ball and want to score and go beast mode on his old team in Minnesota. See, this would be different if the New Orleans Saints were playing in New Orleans. It would be different. I wouldn't be that high on the homie. But yo, the fact that you get him going back to Minnesota to the dome. You get him going to the dome. I kind of like him. I kind of want to get some exposure to yeah, I kind of want to get some exposure to him, to Adrian Peterson. I think that's okay, right? So Sam Bradford has some pretty decent in some spots. Minnesota Twins was a very Minnesota Twins. Minnesota Vikings were a very good defense last year. They're priced at 2.9. The Saints always one of the worst defenses in the league, and this could go two ways because I'm sure Dalvin Cook wants to show that he's a good running back, right? So does Jared McKinnon. But Dalvin Cook probably should be the number one here because him and Latavius Murray have been battling during preseason and early on in training camp. But I think Dalvin Cook should be the starter in the spot. Okay. So I'm gonna have some interest in this game. It's a 48 run total. I'm gonna have some interest in this game, especially from a running back standpoint because they're all fairly cheap. All the running backs in this game are fairly cheap. People are going to be on Michael Thomas. He's priced at 7.4. I get it. Got Drew Brees supposedly be airing it out, but the Minnesota Vikings are very good, especially in pass coverage. So I'm not sure I want to take a shot at Drew Brees yet. I'm going to wait till Brees' first game at home because that is the thing. Drew Brees at home is definitely a thing, and we're going to be on that. That's like Kimba at home. Drew Brees at home. That's the thing. Last game on the slate, and it's a Monday night spot. We got the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. Trevor Siemian is quarterback in here. He's bad. Philip Rivers only 5.8, but this is against the Broncos, man. This is against the Broncos, and I think you can play the Broncos here in defense at 3.6. C.J. Anderson at 4.6, a running back that I think you can get behind. They have not been very good stopping the running backs. I've got no issue here. Don't want to play Rivers against the Denver Broncos. Do not want to play Melvin Gordon. I just don't like San Diego here. The Los Angeles Chargers here in this spot. I would much rather play, C.J. Anderson, maybe pair him with the Broncos D. Remember, it's only a 44.5 run total. I believe this is one of the lowest totals on the slate, actually. I think Baltimore Cincinnati is 42. Jacksonville Houston is 40. So that's not, yeah, that's crazy. So we went through a quick run through of the totality of week 1 in NFL. I am so geeked up and happy that it's began. Meet me here tomorrow. We're gonna go position by position, break it all down. Come through and with your news and notes, chop it up with me. And then of course Thursday before lineups lock, we're gonna do our pre-lock show. We will be setting up our lineups for the week. And then, of course, we're going to do that again Saturday night at Saturday Night Live. The only way to be a part of those, bro, is to hit us up at the website, www.dfsweatshop.com. That's where you're going to get everything you need. This has been, of course, your DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Remember, we keep it real. We keep it honest. And we always keep it 300. Peace.